Okay, so I just played probably the weirdest game of Bed Wars I have ever played. I still don't actually quite know how to explain some of the things that happened, but I think this is like the perfect game to show why decision making and game sense are so important to actually win games. So I've been in this game for about 30 seconds because my internet went out. All I've done is made a run to Diamond Gen, and that's like literally it. The only game information I have is that Pink broke Red's bed. So that that is like I have basically nothing. But already 30 seconds in, the first big thing, I look to the left, right here, and I see Obsidian on Yellow's bed. So paying attention to what is on people's beds, that is like a huge part of the game, especially like you can already see that like Yellow's blocks all over middle, so there is a decent chance he will have pots or diamond armor, or in this case, he got obsidian. And that is actually something that becomes very important later in this game. So trying to keep track of like where people have been, even though I've not been in the game long enough to like actually have seen him progress through middle and whatnot, still in like 30 seconds I know, okay, yellow has obsidian, that will be a problem. Okay, so next up you have the decision of who do I rush, or do I rush anyone in the first place. So first of all, you need to know positions of people. So this kill is later on. Don't worry about that. That's not important yet. But Pink picked up the final on red and he did not die. So that means Pink's over there. I don't actually look over there, but like I know that he didn't die, so he has to be on that side of the map considering how close the bed break was and the final kill. And then if here in my peripheral vision, bam, there's yellow. Yellow is at middle, he is picking up emeralds, and I went to blue partially so I could get a diamond pickaxe because I needed resources, I was broke, and I need a diamond pickaxe to break yellow's bed in the first place. So pink, he's a coin flip. What will he do? Who knows? One game you'll have someone in his spot go rush you through these base or like this island. Other times they'll go back mid, they'll get stacked. Like you Pink is impossible to predict. Especially with how little information I have about how aggressive he is. Um, but I make the decision, okay, I need to go for yellow. Because Pink, I mean, as I said, he's a coin flip. I can't control what he was going to do, and if he decides to rush me, oh well. But yellow, I cannot let him get more emeralds because that is going to be a disaster. So I start going, and then that is another key part. You have to play with game sound. I hear the fireball behind me, which actually coincidentally it ended up helping me out a lot, and I got really lucky because it was from pink, and I thought it was from yellow. So I thought yellow saw me and then was like, okay, I need to go get his bed, which he does end up actually doing anyways, but I wouldn't have turned around had it not been for Pink's fireball, but that allows me to come back and defend my base, and then here, I'll save you 5 seconds of epic fighting, but this fight isn't too important. Actually, another important thing, I see that Pink has run up and he is coming this way as well. So I know, alright, I'm kinda screwed here. I'm gonna have both teams rushing me for some reason, which I will say Pink, this is a terrible decision on Pink's part. Pink should realize, okay, green and yellow, they've both now like made moves towards each other. So this is my time to get gear because like Pink's broke. I mean, he doesn't have prot, he doesn't have sharp, he has no diamonds, and he has no emeralds. So this is the perfect opportunity for Pink to go grab emeralds and go grab diamonds. Because realistically, Yellow and we can't do anything to Pink. If I decide, oh, I'm gonna go rush Pink, then Yellow just gets my bed. And what am I gonna do about it? I would basically be sacrificing my own bed for the chance of getting Pink's bed. And it's not even a guarantee I'll get it. It's just a chance, and like it's just a bad decision. So Pink, terrible decision here. He should be getting geared and then that would allow him to be in a much better spot to win the game. Alright, next up we have using your 5 seconds as spectator when you die as best as you can. So this is right after the last fight. I saw I hit yellow off the map, so pink is the only person I care about. What is pink doing? Is he going back to middle? Because I already know he's over here. Is he going back to middle? Is he going to the base next to me? Or is he rushing me? So, like, from that alone, he's going straight to my base, right? Actually, I might have no, I haven't quite respawned. But here, I would recommend someone's running to your base, they have basically no gear. Like, he has a stone sword compared to a wood sword. That's the only advantage Pink has. Actually, I have prot, so I would say it's actually a pretty even fight. So, I would recommend, if you're in this position, just run out. Like, I mean, unless you're absolutely terrible at PvP. But, like, this is a pretty fair fight. Like, even if we trade hits, there's a okay shot I win it. But even if I get, like, kinda rolled, I do, like, half his health, it makes it much more likely I will win the second fight. And he won't have time, like, if you just stand here, just don't go stand next to the void, don't get one tapped off. That is, like, the only important thing. If I stand like here, I have a trap, he will not have time to get my bed. I would not recommend you do what I do here, which is I go buy a knockback stick, but that's because I'm playing swordless, which that is an exception. I'm not confident in my ability to punch this guy off the map with no blocks, like nothing. So that is a much like safer play for me, but external circumstances, and actually, as you'll see here, it ends up working out really well for me, which is pretty lucky, but yeah, just make sure you know what people are doing when you die. Alright, well, the common theme of this video is gonna be knowing where people are and what they're doing as often as you can. So I could get diamonds, I want to rebuy my trap since I'm on the defensive and it's solos. But besides the point, I still check, alright, where's yellow? He's had enough time, he could be, like, very close to my base now, and there's yellow, he's, like, right there. What a surprise. So, as I'm running back, now I'm on a straight bridge, I can check, or like I can go in F5 no problem. Alright, where's yellow? What is he actually going to do? Because he can still go to blue, which he ends up doing here, and I mean, especially now, I'm still in F5, but I can see, alright, if he goes this way, he will not have enough time to get to my bed before I have time to buy diamond upgrades. So I'm perfectly safe to do that, even if he rushes me. But most likely, he's running here. He's most likely going to blue. So I'm probably safe for the time being, and that is exactly what ends up happening. But you can't just stop there. Hang on, I forgot to unpause. But I need to know, alright, where is pink? I'm in F5 here, and on the left side of my screen, as you saw, there's pink. Pink is rushing towards yellow. I know yellow is obsidian, but at least pink is not going for me, so I don't have to worry about pink. At least for the time being, I can focus on yellow. Alright, well, rule number one of someone going to spend at the base next to yours, there's about a 99.5% chance they have a fireball. And wow, look at that. Yellow has a fireball in his hand. Who would have thought? So, I'm standing back here. I'm not standing all the way up here, because as I said, there's like a 99.5% chance he's gonna have a fireball, and I mean, clearly he has a fireball. Also here, I know pink is still, like, back at yellow, but, like, I can still very quickly check in F5, which I do here. I can't, like, prove it, but very quickly check in F5, what is pink, like, what's his progress? And he's just now getting to the bridge, which that ends up actually not mattering. But that's the weirdness of this game. But anyways, yellow, wow, what a surprise, he fireball jumps. But because I was so far back, I'm now actually able to, like, catch up to him. He's not far ahead of me. Like, this is a hittable distance. And I wait for him to jump here, actually, because I have a knockback stick, but I don't want to get in a position where I hit him into this block, and then he goes this way or something, and then he can get himself into a safe position where I can't actually KB him off the map. but that's more of a swordless issue than like normal. Like realistically, this guy, he's also pretty broke. He has like no diamonds. There's a decent chance you could just straight up win a fight with a sword, but like waiting until he's a one tap off the map, it's never a terrible idea as long as you don't expect him to have another fireball, which he didn't. But also, I see Pink. Pink is now running into Yellow's generator, but he sees that Yellow dies and then he decides to run. So I'm like, okay, I guess Pink is gonna go to Aqua, he's gonna get a diamond pickaxe, and then I won't have to deal with Yellow or Pink for probably about 30 seconds, or at least until I see that one of them has killed each other. So I go mid, now is the time to get emeralds, and in a normal game, this would have been a perfectly fine strategy. Okay, I would like to take you guys into kind of the interesting side of this game. So this is when, like, Yellow just Fireball jumped on me, Pink is just now getting the Yellow base, and then he just runs halfway into the base, double backs twice, and then leaves. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm at a base, even if I'm 90% sure I know what their bed defense is, I'm gonna at least like, oh wow, look at that, a wool block. Oh, there's obsidian under. I guess I have to go get a diamond pickaxe. But this guy just ran in, did nothing, ran out. And it gets even weirder because, I mean, now Yellow's respawned. I mean, whatever, big deal. But now Yellow's running out. Pink? Look at Pink. Pink? Oh, I guess Pink's going to Aqua. Wow, what a surprise. I think, generally, if there's a person at the base next to me, that's probably an issue that I would go deal with. But, I mean, I don't know. We'll just chalk it up to Bed Wars players being questionably intelligent. So, I mean, alright, Yellow decides, that's not my problem. We're going middle to go fight me, which, alright, I might be slightly biased that he decided to go for me. But I mean, come on. Pink now has a perfectly free bed, which, okay, that's how I play. So, I realize that Yellow comes mid, so I go run. I'm like, alright, I will just sit here, I will stall with my KB stick until Pink gets the bed. So, you know, just go fight. Oh, I skipped too far. That's great. But I'm here, and in the corner of my screen, I can see that Pink is not going to Yellow. Now, I'm not gonna say they were cross teaming, but I am gonna say, like, if you rush someone and then don't break a block on their bed and then get to the base next to them, and then when that person leaves their base again and goes middle, you're like, oh, I know there's a free bed right there, but I don't need that bed. That's overrated. Now, I can't really think of a logical explanation other than that, but I I genuinely don't know. But now I'm kind of screwed. I'm not gonna lie, but I just run. And then, especially here, I definitely know for a fact what is Pink doing. Why is he here? And Pink is even chucking fireballs at my bed. I don't know. So, oh, there's another one just for good measure. Yellow and I trade here, and then Pink decides to just go stand AFK, which, as I said, use your spec chat well, or like spectator mode well. I see Pink standing AFK for some reason, so I'm not in a huge rush to get out of my base. Alright, we have two very important things here. One, once again, what are people doing? Pink's name, it's still in the same spot, he's still AFK. I don't know why, but not my problem. The important thing is that he's AFK, and once again, look to my left. Why is Yellow side rushing me? I I told you this game was weird. I don't know what he's doing, but you have to check, because someone might decide side rushing you on Apollo is a good idea. Who knows? And the other thing is, this is more important in solos than like any other game mode, but it's still not completely useless, but know when is it the time to just forget my bed. I need to do something. So in solos, generally, if you have two people rushing you, you take the first opportunity you can to leave. Because you're not winning a 2v1, especially when someone's opening a second rush path. If they're both rushing the same direction, that's technically winnable. When they're not, you just lose. Like, just get out as soon as you can, and Pink being AFK in the first place, that is perfect. There's a decent chance he won't come back, he'll just get kicked for AFK, and then it'll just be a 1v1 between me and Yellow. Which isn't what ends up happening, but, like, even at this point, he's still AFK. It's just, I'm best off just going for Yellow, worry about Pink later, and that's what I do. Yellow and I will have an epic fireball battle, as you will see shortly, and yeah, it went great, but Yellow's gone, and as I'm running on the bridge, checking in F5 once again, because straight bridge, perfectly easy. Oh, F5, and Pink's back. Alright, so that changes how I'm going to take this fight. I'm going to make sure I win this fight at all costs, because my bed's gonna be gone in like, I don't know, 5 seconds. So, normally, if I was going to take this fight, not knowing that there was someone at my base, I would break this second block, I would try to get myself in this corner, and then that gives me the opportunity to like badly win the fight. Like like I'll be on like 7 hearts still. But instead, I'm willing to sacrifice damage to increase my odds of winning the fight. So instead, I have really good ping. I can run through like 95% of the people on Hypixel. So knowing that, I just I just go run through people on Hypixel, and there we go. We end up getting his bed, and I leave. All right, and then we have the decision immediately after I leave. What do I do? So, oh look, Pink has not voided. Guess I'll go run in that direction. Worst case, I get to the diamond gen and Pink has voided, and I go mid or I go to white or something. And I get here. Oh look, Pink voided. Alright, well, I guess it is time to go to white. I'll get some gear, and then I'll go try to, like, fireball jump on Pink or something. Alright, now, once again, I said it would be a common theme. Where are people? What are they doing? Pink. Bridging. Yellow. Why is Yellow there? Who knows? Maybe he's going to get Pink's bed. That would be pretty cool. Sure, why not? But the important thing is, Yellow is right there. And don't worry, I said this game was weird. It's very weird. So I see Pink drop down. Alright, whatever. And then I see Yellow. He's holding a fireball. I think he's about to go fireball jump on Pink's bridge, go break his bed. I'm about to be the happiest man in the world, because I'm about to get fed a final kill. I'm just, okay, realistically, I'm confident I can beat Pink. Um, I do see him, like, quickly swap to a fireball, so my reaction was actually probably a bit slow. I probably should like turn and try to run slightly more, but I actually try to lag him back, which unfortunately doesn't work. But I do get him to take fall damage, and then I mean this is a terrible spot for me to be in. He's about to take fall damage with a sharp iron sword, so I decide, all right, my best shot, it's fireball jumping out, and I completely failed, so I took like a lot of damage from that first hit. But I fireball jump up, and I see Yellow. what is he doing here? The the last bed is right there. Your two enemies are fighting. If you go break the bed, then you're guaranteed a 1v1 with against someone who does not have a bed. I don't I don't know. So I don't know. Free final, I guess. So I go one tap him. Unfortunately for me, he doesn't actually die, and then he decides, you know what? I think this is a perfect time to go fireball jump backwards, even though I'm right next to Pink. That's not important. I'll just ignore the guy right next to me. Actually, they both do that. Although pink, it's more understandable. But uh, yellow go fireball jumps backwards, and then he lands a crit on me, and now I'm like, oh god, I'm on like 1 heart here. I don't know how close pink is to me, but I was pretty sure he was far enough away that I had time to gap, which luckily I did. And then he went and walked in the void, I guess, which I see the death message, whatever. Okay, and then here I play this last fight, I think a little weirdly to what most people would expect. So obviously, Pink, he's asleep. I don't know what he's doing. He's taking like 5 minutes to get out of his gen. That's, as I said earlier, you know someone's rushing you, run out. Which he doesn't do, and that will end up being a pretty big issue for him, especially because, I mean, what he ends up buying, not the most worthwhile time, but I actually decide I don't just rush in. I take the time, I sit here, and I gap another time. I'm on like an okay amount of health. I think I'm on like 6 hearts with absorption, or like counting absorption, but it's not a ton. And like if Pink actually had like runs out and he has a trap, there's a decent chance that I die. Like I get his bed, but I will die before I get a chance to like KB him away. So I actually sit, I take the time, I gap again because I don't want to risk him having a trap. Which, I mean, ultimately it ends up not mattering. But Pink, I mean, he chucks a fireball and now, oh wow, there goes all of his generator. Wasted. That fireball was completely useless. And then another thing I said earlier, don't go stand right there. Because, oh wow, look, a fireball, and you're off the map, and he doesn't have a trap, and the game's over. So I guess I could have just ran in anyways, but had he had a trap, it might have been not the best situation for me. So better to play slightly safer, guarantee the win as I did here. Alright, I would like to reiterate here at the end the two major mistakes between the two players. So Pink, as I said like 2 minutes into the video, he had the opportunity to just run around middle, get as much gear as he could, get diamonds, everything, and then he would, whoever wins between me and yellow, he would just have so much gear that it's likely that he just wins. And then yellow at the end with the not going for Pink's bed, and instead deciding that he was gonna go fireball jump into a fight. I don't know. I think it's a much better play to guarantee yourself a 1v1 as opposed to risking yourself dying for no reason, which is exactly what happened. I don't know. I don't know if they were cross-teaming, but they both certainly they certainly gave some reasons to suspect them of cross-teaming, but I don't know. I hope this was informative and helpful, whatever. And yeah, thanks for watching.